Welcome back to another episode of Passing Move Pod. I am your host Dominic, of course, joined by my co-host Aaron. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's been a good first round of the Euros.
Nah, it has been. It's been a very good group stage of the Euros. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's probably surprised a lot of people in terms of the quality of a lot of the teams. It's kind of been a anyone can beat anyone tournament so far, and
Yeah.
all the games have been great. There's not really been any dud games where you're kind of like, oh, I can miss that one. Like you'll miss a game and it will be like a 2-2 or something. So now it's been a good tournament so far. It's been good for a lot of young players to kind of come through as well. Um, and make their mark on the international stage. But we are here to discuss the knockout stages of the tournament. Of course, after the group stages are concluded. So yeah, let's waste no time and let's just jump straight into it. First knockout stage game I've got here Switzerland versus Italy. So I believe this is obviously Italy third place in their group, Switzerland second in theirs.
Yeah, I believe. Oh
Yeah.
no, actually, I think it's Italy. I think Italy, because I think Croatia came third and then ended up being one of the lower third place groups. So I think Italy came
Oh,
second.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about this matchup?
Crazy, crazy. First on Switzerland. I think Switzerland are good, I think they're
Yeah, I was
really
gonna
good.
say.
Bro,
Mm,
they impressed me a lot when I was watching them. Thinking, I don't know, but like I looked at the squad and they have like players that like Akanji's been really, really good for them in the first few like matches.
yeah.
Shaka as well. Um, who was that game? I think it was against Scotland. Yeah, against Scotland. That's probably the most impressed I've been with them of the games I watched of them. I think
Yeah.
they have a striker called Ndoye. He really,
Enjoy, yeah, he's
really
been good.
Yeah, he really moved me. Like I even went to look at his stats, said his stats weren't that good for like league season, but like with the eye test, bro, this guy's moving me, man. Like
Mm.
he's holding up the ball well, making runs, bro. He looked good, man. But yeah, no, they've been really good. They've had a good few games. I think they won it. Was it against Germany? They went 1-0 up.
Yeah, yeah. They went 1 up against Germany in the first half.
Yeah, no, I, I'm I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised here. Obviously, like traditionally, Italy's one of the big nations, but I wouldn't be
Mm.
surprised here if you see like Switzerland come away with a result, like a convincing result too at that.
You reckon? Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I have been quite impressed with Switzerland. I thought they were quite good against Germany. Obviously they took the lead quite early in that game. But I just thought the way they were kind of set up defensively, they really did well to like nullify what Nagelsmann wants to do with Germany in terms of their two tens getting Musiala and works on the ball. I thought they had a quite a good defensive plan there, and I thought they're like in the moments when they did attack, they were quite quick with it, quite direct with it, attack the space as well. Um, and yeah, I think their front three, Mbolo and Doy and the other guy's name escapes me right now, but I like the way they work kind of in transition. And you've got Xhaka and Frola kind of in the midfield, like holding it down. And yeah, I think to be honest, they could be a serious challenge for Italy because I don't know. I don't think I personally, I don't know about you, but I've not been the most impressed with Italy so far this tournament. Of course, it's a new squad. It's a lot of players that we're not kind of used to. If you look at the Euro 2020 winning team, it's a lot of different guys from there. But I don't know, man. Other than a few individuals, I feel like like Calafiori, I'd have to say I think has been a standout. But other than a few individuals, I feel like I don't know. It's the Italy team kind of seems like they're missing some of the older generation players, like guys like your varieties, do you know what I mean, in there. But yeah, what have you made of Italy?
Yeah, no, I think I said it before in the last episode that their squad selection really surprised me. Like guys like Locatelli didn't make it, Verratti
Yeah,
didn't make it, and I don't know. It's been a weird one. I feel like for their for like when I watch their games, I'm not really impressed. And for like a team that is like technically the reigning champions, like
yeah,
I feel like you'd expect a bit more. But um, their attack is really sort of not even just their attack, but like their whole sort of attack to like midfield, sort of in terms of once you get the ball from defense to midfield and you then want to go on to build an attack. I feel like that whole area is sort of like lackluster. Like there's not a lot going
Mm,
on there. Like Chiesa
yeah,
provides a good direct threat. Um, Lorenzo Pellegrini is quite good in the 10, but their strikers, I think they've got Retegui, Skamaka, and one other, I can't remember. And
yeah,
Zekani obviously scored the other day, the winner to send Croatia packing, but I mean not
yeah.
the winner,
What a
the
finish!
equalizer, but yeah,
Yeah,
brilliant finish, you know what I mean? But that literally was like 90 something minute. Like that was in the
yeah.
dying
Right
breaths
then,
of the
maybe
game. Do you
last
know what I
kick.
mean? Literally. So it's like, is that what you're gonna put your faith in every single time that you can't get a goal in 90
Mm,
minutes until the last minute? But I don't know. Innit? I feel like they have a lot of good defenders, especially centre backs
yeah,
in the squad. Obviously, they got Bastoni, you got Calafiori, who's like sort of caught people's eye this tournament. But he's been good all season, to be honest, for Bologna, I'm
yeah.
pretty
For
sure.
Bologna.
So yeah, I feel like they have a lot of strength at the back, but I don't know. I just feel like the rest of it, it's not really too doesn't really impress me too much. And it feels like
Mm,
one thing I've noticed is that they do tend to go to like a 3-2-5 in possession, but it's like once they actually get there, they don't really do anything. And I don't know if it's them not knowing what to do or not being given the right instructions, but it feels like they sit in their shape and you have like the 3-2-5 set up and you have them where they are occupating their spaces, whatever. But it's like they actually don't really combine well together. Like they don't really, you don't really see like whoever's holding a width on the left and whoever's inside on the left like combine well and link
yeah,
up and make any movements or like there's no sort of it feels like it's literally just like on FIFA, yeah. If you just had set up a 3-2-5 on FIFA and then put all the play instructions on default and just leave it like
yeah,
that, it just feels bland. That's what it is.
yeah. I was gonna say it feels a bit static, kind of like
Yeah,
it's like they're taking out the positions, but as you said, they're not kind of really rotating and combining. There's no like sort of threat. Do you know what I mean? With them being there, they're kind of not really posing anything. And I think, yeah, I don't know. Looking at this game, I definitely think Switzerland could come away with something. I think Switzerland have been uh pretty good defensively so far from what I've seen. Um, Akanji and Ricardo Rodriguez as well have been at the back have been solid. And Fabian Schär, I believe, their third centre back. They've been quite good. And obviously, Italy pride themselves on their defense kind of typically, and they have been good again this tournament. So I expect it to be close in that instinct. But I don't know, based on what I've seen in the group stage, like I would probably give the attacking edge to Switzerland, which is kind of crazy to say considering like the quality of the Italian players. But man, I really wouldn't be surprised if Switzerland knocked Italy out and went through, to be honest.
yeah, same.
Yeah,
I
I'm
agree.
kind of tempted to say I'm predicting that to happen, but why not run it? Run it. Switzerland are going to beat Italy in the first knockout game. I'm saying it
Yeah,
here. Yeah.
fairs. I hear it, man. I hear it. I can't lie.
All
And
right.
then at 8 o'clock on the Saturday, he's the next fixture. I think it's Spain and someone. Oh my,
8 o'clock on Saturday. Oh, we want to go in order like that. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
yeah,
Now, yeah. The next fixture then would be Germany, Denmark.
Germany, Denmark. Okay,
Germany, Denmark.
oof,
Yeah.
that's a serious game.
It is.
That's a
It
serious
is a
game.
serious game.
I think
It's
so. Obviously, I got the Germany on right now. I got
yeah. Do you know what I mean? You're
Kimmich.
you're you're rep you're repping it. Do you know what I mean? Let me let the
Yeah,
ambassador say his word. Do you know what I mean?
nah, they're my favorites still, but I think it'll be tough. Because Denmark.
I agree.
What I saw from Denmark against England specifically are beautiful football. Like Ericsson was rolling back the years, bro. It was amazing. I can't lie. So I'm not sure. Hoiberg is really good as well. I feel like one thing that I really liked, and I've seen a lot of this sort of tournament, is that teams that maybe have less of the popular names or like star names play against teams that have all the like star names, but the teams with less, I guess, popular quality or whatever you want to call star quality popular names, they're so much more like cohesive and they work
Yeah.
well together, even if they don't have like standout names from like the top big six teams and stuff like that. As a team, they really work well together and they're just popping these teams off the park. Like I think it might have been Ukraine and Romania. It might have been that game. I'm not
Oh
sure, but
yeah, no,
it was Ukraine versus somebody. And I looked at Ukraine's team. I was like, yeah, they've got good players. Like they've got Sudakov, they've got Mudryk, they've got Zinchenko, they've got Dovbyk, they've got Mikalenko, they've got Zabani. Like they've got quite a few players that I know, which like, yeah, these are good players. But when I actually watch them play compared to teams that I literally barely know any of their players, the other teams are like really they work well. Like they know
yeah.
where to be, they get on the ball, they're passing it around, retaining possession, getting into
Mm.
dangerous areas. Like they're really making it work. Do you know what I mean? I've liked that a lot
Yeah,
this tournament.
yeah, no, definitely. I'd have to agree. I think yeah, that's why some of the games have been so good. And yeah, I've definitely been impressed with Denmark. I mean, I think that group, to be honest, in general was pretty stinky. I think it was what like one win between all of the teams. But
Yeah,
I think Denmark were quite nice against England, to be fair. And I think they could definitely pose a threat for Germany. They kind of struggled against Switzerland's through at the back system in the group stage. And obviously, I think Denmark could replicate
yeah,
kind of a similar sort of defensive plan to them. And then obviously in possession, you've got the quality of Ericsson, you've got Højbjerg, you've got Hjulmand who scored a great goal against
yeah,
England as well. Do you know what I mean? You got Rasmus up top, the quality, the
yeah,
threat in behind, the movement in the box, all of that. So yeah, no, it could definitely be like Denmark could definitely do something in this game, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really expecting I'm not really expecting them to actually make an upset because I think Germany, bro, from what I've seen, like it I watched Germany, yeah, and it's just so obvious to me that they've got the best manager in the tournament. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
Agreed.
what it's like what you were saying about kind of the teams without the superstars being more cohesive and working well as a team. Germany kind of have the blend of both of that with Nagelsmann and obviously the star quality they have. Like they've been incredible to watch this tournament in terms of like like obviously in possession they've been great. You've got Cruz kind of dictating play, like quarterbacking almost, and you've got Musiala and Wirtz dropping in, Gundogan as well, Havertz, and they're all rotating. But out of possession, they've been pressing high. They've been looking to win the ball back quickly and create chances. And yeah, it's looked like a really cohesive team. Like it probably looked the closest to like a club football team out of any of the
Yeah,
international
by
teams. So
far.
yeah, so I think for me, I'd have to say Germany going through. But anything you want to say on either of these two teams?
No, I agree. I think it will be Germany going through. I just think it's too much for other teams. Like, and even if they somehow manage to nullify, I feel like at times maybe because there's I guess lack of a like proper striker instinct there. Like Havertz isn't really like a
Yeah,
proper like venomous striker. I feel like at times maybe they can try and like hold out and get lucky, but then off the bench you got guys like Fulkrug who's just gonna come on
yeah, bro.
and rip the net.
Shooter.
So it's like yeah. So honestly, I feel like if I would be a bit more optimistic if maybe Denmark had uh, a slightly stronger attack, but nah,
Mm.
I think Germany will end up winning it. It will be pretty standard. It will be a good game, definitely, but I feel like it will end with Germany winning it.
Yeah, no, I'd have to agree. Um, so then the next game we've got will be the next day. Um, England versus Slovakia. So I think, I mean, we all know there's been a lot of debate around the whole England situation during this tournament. After a win in the first game against Serbia, two disappointing draws, terrible performances, to be honest, in terms of as a team and from a couple individuals as well. What do you think um is going wrong with England? I mean, so far. What do you think is the
Bro,
main what do you think is the main thing? Because there are a lot of issues. Do you know what I mean? There are a lot of issues, but what do you think is the main thing?
for me, it's just the manager, the main thing, honestly, because I feel like now he's finally sort of landed on the system that he wants to play,
Mm,
but it's only now they're properly trialing it. Like I think the first time there was a bit of like a like the first time it made its appearance, this system that they're playing at the moment is against Belgium. So Foden starts on the left wing, Jude inside. Can't remember if Saka played that game or not, but there was somebody on the right wing. I can't remember who, but pretty much what it was is that Foden starts as a left winger on paper, but he comes inside and sort of has the freedom to get involved deeper with and help out with the build up,
Yeah,
and then at the same time um, roam around, and you just find him on the other side of the pitch sometimes, and he just sort of got that freedom. And then Chilwell was holding width as the left back in that game. Chilwell was pretty
yeah,
rubbish in that game, but in that game, Foden played well, and you sort of saw like everyone sort of. It was the first time you could see sort of there might be like some sort of system here. And since the
yeah.
Euros have started, you've seen that. But I feel like the problem is that at the same time, that one Belgium game was a warm up game before the. I'm not. No, it wasn't before the Euros. It was I think March or April
Is
international
that
break.
that's the game that Kobe played, right? When they played Belgium and Brazil.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I
That
think
one.
that was like the two games before the warm-up matches
Mm,
for the Euros. So yeah.
yeah. So when it came to the actual warm up matches, you didn't really
Mm,
see that again. And then you came to the actual Euros and you saw it again, but the personnel is all wrong. Like it's really bad.
yeah.
So then you've got Trent starting in midfield. I think that one they've sort of like come to an agreement now that it's not gonna work. And to be
Yeah.
honest, it was never gonna work. It was pretty obvious it wasn't gonna work. But he persisted with it. Um now you've got a situation where Luke Shaw isn't fit, and obviously they didn't take Chilwell. I wouldn't have really wanted them to take Shaw anyway because I don't really rate him as a player. But I feel like if Shaw's not going to be fit for the first game, there should be a sort of better plan than to have
A
Trippier play
natural
left back.
left back. Yeah, there should
Yeah,
be another. Even if you take like Tyreek Mitchell, I can't lie. Crystal Palace
literally.
has already got the most players in our squad. What's another one? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Honestly, bro, like he's a lockdown defender as well. Like, bro, what more do you
yeah,
need? Like, bro,
yeah. For someone to
but
actually naturally play the position, but yeah, continue.
nah, but literally, that's what it's come down to. It's the manager because for me, now they've actually gotten to the Euros, and I thought in the first game, I thought it was a bit. I thought Foden didn't play that well, but in the second and third game, I thought he played a lot better, and I thought that the whole system is sort of like I can see it working. It's just the issue is the players you've got now are one, some of them are just not suited to it, and two,
Yeah,
because this is the first time these three games are the first time they're properly getting to play the system. Like
yeah,
there's been no practice. So when you've got Trippier at left back, he's just not suited to it at all. So you didn't bring
yeah,
another left back to play there who's fit. And then also at the same time, this is like his first time sort of trying out this system of Trippier
mm,
holding it from the left. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like it will get better with time and they'll keep having to go. But I feel like now you're in the tournament and you're practicing. Whereas you look at Nagelsmann, Germany,
yeah,
Nagelsmann was trying out Havertz left wing back and it didn't work. So then he tried something else. And now
mm,
he's got a system since like March. They beat France back then in that international break. They whooped France. They
mm,
didn't even beat them. They like really dominated France. And then now they're
yeah,
looking
for
like
sure.
a strong team in the actual tournament. I'm like, that's how things should be. You prepare in the time you're given to prepare,
Mm,
and then you come to the actual tournament and play. But yeah,
yeah,
that's actually what it is for me. For me, the biggest issue is the manager. It's like he hasn't sort of taken charge of what he should have. And I've heard some of his like justifications for it where he said like he's trying to protect the young players because it's like he doesn't want to he knows the pressures on them to like sort of bring it home, so he doesn't want to throw in like Palmer and Kobe and Adam Wharton into the deep end and then they get like criticized heavily like you saw of like Saka and Rashford and Sancho and stuff like that. Like he doesn't want that to
yeah.
happen to them, but at the same time you can't just stand there and just sort of
Just
be in
let
the
this
middle.
happen.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? You have to make a decision. Do you know what I mean? You have to
mm,
take a bit of like control. Like you're the manager. If you rate Kobe or you rate Adam
play him.
Wharton, put him in the team. Do you know what I mean? If you rate Adam Wharton enough to bring him, give him minutes. Like
Yeah,
you can't be continuing with Gallagher in midfield and then Trent in midfield, and it's just obviously not working. So you sub them off, but then you're not giving these guys actual minutes. You know what I mean? So yeah, for me, that's what it is. Just the manager, the biggest issue.
yeah. No, fair enough. I think, yeah. I mean, I'd have to agree with that. I agree as well with. I think massively the kind of, I don't know. I guess you would say the planning for this tournament in terms of like the tactical plan. I think has been. I don't think it's been no anywhere near good enough, to be honest. If you, I feel like when you're coming into a tournament, you should already know how you want to play off the bat. Like coming into the first group game, everybody should know this is how we're gonna play, and like the fans should even know this is how our national team is likely to play. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like that was a big thing coming into this tournament for England. Like we were all talking about where's Jude gonna play, where's Foden gonna play, where's Saka, Palmer, Kobe, where are they all gonna fit in, right? Like nobody knew how we were actually gonna play. Um, and I think yeah, we've definitely kind of gone through it and like almost like, oh, that's not working, so let's try this for the next game, and this is not working, so let's kind of try this. And I feel like I mean, it's quite fortunate to be honest that England have come through top of the group.
Yeah,
But here we are. I think there are a couple things that I've not been kind of uh too impressed with that I've seen. I think yeah, obviously the training experiment in midfield. Obviously I think it's kind of done now. I think they've kind of seen the issues with it, and I don't expect it to come back in the knockout stages. I think I think Foden on the left for England. I just think he's being wasted out there, man. Like I agree with what you said in terms of the second two games, he's definitely been better than the first game. But I just feel like, especially when there's no natural left back to kind of overlap and allow him to come inside, I feel like his talents are just wasted out there on the touchline. Like all of the best moments you can think of Foden from this tournament have been when he's got the ball in the middle. Do you know what I mean? And he's making stuff happen and he's driving at players. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like to have him on the left, just to have Jude in there to play 10 doesn't get the best out of both of them, because I think even if you look at like Jude Bellingham's number 10 role at Real Madrid is not the same to his number 10 role at
yeah,
England with Harry Kane up top. Do you know what I mean? When you're
yeah,
playing in we were playing for Real Madrid, he's playing like a 4-1-2-1-2, like a diamond. You've got Vinny and Rodriguez as strikers, but they're split wide because they're essentially wingers, and he's got loads of space to kind of attack the box. There's no striker ahead of him, kind of in that space. And yeah, I just don't think there's a like I don't think you have to shoehorn him into the 10. And I don't think he's been incredible in this tournament either. Obviously, he scored England's goal in the game against Serbia to give them the win. I don't think he's been that great. I don't feel like I've really noticed him much in games. And for your number 10, that's kind of not really what you want to be saying. That's someone that you want to be do you want to take responsibility, take the games by the scruff of the neck. And this is no slight on him because I feel like obviously he's a great player. I just think that he could be better used in this England team a bit deeper, where he can show his qualities in terms of off the ball, his energy, driving with the ball from deeper in midfield and taking it forward. And he can still there still are going to be opportunities for him to crash into the box. But I think for the benefit of the team, obviously, him being deeper and Foden being higher would be better. I don't think we're going to see that. I think we probably are going to persist with this left wing Foden and Bellingham in a 10. And I think at times as well, we've even seen like them switching positions and Bellingham out wide on the left. Um, but I don't know. I feel like England's kind of ceiling in this competition will always be capped until the sort of the dynamics of that are addressed. Because if we're being honest, these are England's best players. Do you know what I mean? These are the
mm,
guys that we need to kind of step up and click if England are going to win the Euros or any major tournament. Do you know what I'm saying? So,
mm.
but I mean, with all this negative stuff being said about England, we do still expect them to beat Slovakia now.
Nah, I don't. I think they're losing.
No way.
From what I've watched their games, let me go back and quickly check because I get confused with Slovakia and Slovenia. But I need to check
Slovenia's
who's
the
in.
one with Sesko, bro.
Yeah, because I remember watching that. But who's Slovakia's like attack?
They've got Shranz. I think he's got like two
Yeah,
goals this one.
they're the
Yeah.
ones with Lobotka. Yeah. Oh goodness me,
Yeah.
Slovakia are
Oh,
gonna
to
show
be fair,
England
yeah,
how
they
to
play
play
Paula
football.
Book as a player. Yeah.
Bro, what a baller, man! In Napoli's title winning season, yo,
Yeah,
that
bro.
guy, man. Him and Zamba and Geese in the middle. That's football. Nah, honestly, I don't think they're winning. I don't think they're winning
Really?
at all. I think it's gonna end 0-0 and it's gonna go extra time and they'll lose. That's what. Or they might steal a goal, but I'm not. I don't have too much faith in Slovakia's attack for them to like score early or something. But I do think it's a 0-0 game pending. On the topic of England players, one that's like people have been mentioning, and I'm just like not trying to
Oh
give
wait,
attention to that.
I think I
Saka,
know. I think I know.
bro,
Oh,
I'm not trying to
ah,
hear this Saka left back stuff. This is the
oh
most
yeah.
eat it, bro. I've had enough of this woke nonsense, bro. Get
How
this,
could Ian Wright do him like that? By the way, your own
bro.
boy.
That's disgusting, man.
Great.
Bro,
That's actually
Saka,
disgraceful on live TV.
Bro. For me, Saka's top two England players. For me, Foden and Saka are the two best English players. Yeah, Saka this tournament has been working with scraps, and he's been playing
Yeah,
well.
he's actually
He's
been
been
good.
working
He's
with
actually been good. Yeah,
scraps. They literally Carl Walker can't like support him on that side. Gallagher's been on his side. Trent, who can't really like carry the ball or receive the ball in midfield, has been on that side. The only time he had like a little good patch was the other day when Manu came on and played next to him, and Manu was really linking up well with him. But
yeah,
still, like he's even in the first game when they couldn't get out of their own half against Serbia, they were hoofing it up. Saka would hold off the defender by himself and
yeah.
then release the ball. Like, bro, Saka's been working with scraps, honestly. And they talk about putting him at left back. Bro, the last time he played, this is the most stupid thing, yeah. Because the last time he played left back for club was left wing back, like 2019 season, yeah. He
Yeah.
played left wing back for England um a few years ago, and he was terrible. And they took him off and brought Shaw on. I can't remember if it was at a tournament or not, but he played left wing back for England though, like a few years ago, and he just wasn't good because he's not a left wing back. He's a right winger,
Yeah.
and he's proven that he's a right winger. And people are talking about putting him left
Well,
back
he's
for
one of
Cole
the
Palmer.
best right wingers in the league.
Bro, it's actually really annoyed me, man. Like genuinely, because I've seen this guy cook up like in games where he's not having support on that side. It's basically like a black hole on his side, and he's still making it work. So I don't know, man. I feel like if that's what we're talking about, bro, we should start looking at Jude or something, bro. Because I thought Jude the last two games wasn't good at all. Actually,
Yeah.
I thought he was bad in his last two games, and I don't know. I feel like for them to say move Saka to left back when he's the one that's playing well, like I don't know. Even Harry Kane, I don't think Harry Kane's been good this tournament.
I was gonna bring it out to you. I'm gonna say your boy Harry Kane, bro. You got any words for him? Because I'm not gonna lie, looking rather washed on this international stage, you know.
Bro, I'm not.
Just looking like he can't handle it like, in terms of the intensity anymore.
Nah, I agree, and I also think it's his. I think he mentioned it before. This is why it comes back to the manager for me is that he mentioned before. Um, that's in the interview after games. Like sometimes it feels like the players get the ball in the positions and they just don't know what to do with it. And I feel like that's such a bad thing because it's like
Yeah.
I just have the feeling that if Nagelsmann was in control of this team, or if even Deschamps, I don't even think Deschamps is a great like
Yeah.
tactician, but if he was in control of this team, like look at it, bro. He brought back Kante, has Camavinga on the bench. Yeah, he starts Rabiot. Yeah,
Yeah.
he has his set. He just brought Saliba in like this tournament. Like before,
You
he
don't care
wasn't
about
rating
none of your
Saliba.
favorites. You don't care
Bro,
about
he,
none of your
he
favorites.
literally said, "Stop this woke nonsense." He said, "This is my team, bro." He has his team set and picks his players and says, "This is what we're doing," and they make it far in tournaments. They make it work. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like that's something that England are missing. Like it feels like there's too much of like trying to get everybody in and trying to do this and that, and like there's not a set sort of like ish. I feel like if Deschamps was in this team, he would say to Kane, like, stay up front, don't drop back at all, and just
Yeah.
score goals. Do you know what I mean? It feels like there's a lack of sort of that detail of telling players exactly where they should be and what they should do and things like that. I feel like with England, it's sort of just like everyone's own play styles from club. They just try and
Yeah.
bring it to the country, and it doesn't work like that. Do you know what I mean? You see Harry Kane dropping in. Harry Kane does this so much, it annoys me. Yeah, I don't mind him dropping in, but he drops in to the pockets and then just switches the ball out to Walker or Saka, and then he doesn't
Mm.
get back into the
He
box.
doesn't get into the box. He doesn't. He just
So
walks around or like light jog or something. Yeah.
yeah, and it's like you can't have that. And then Jude is also in the same position. Jude likes to drift out to the left a lot and like
Mm.
be sort of that left number 10. And then Foden's on the left coming inside. So it's just like there's a hole in the where the striker should be, like in the box. You
Yeah.
put the ball in the box a lot of times in their last two games, the ball's gone into the box and it's Jude just about arriving in the box when the ball's getting cleared out. No one else
Mm.
is in the box. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that's a really big thing. I feel like as the manager, this is what I'm saying, it's all on the manager. As the manager, you should be saying like this should be something. Kane has been in this team since like 2015. Like
Yeah,
he's not new
yeah,
to the squad, like he's an established player. So you've had him practically every international break. You should be able to have worked on this with him since last year in preparation for the Euros, saying
mm,
Jude is going to be on number 10. So you can't be dropping back into the spaces where Jude is. You have to be in the box or you have to rotate with him. If he makes a run
yeah,
forwards, then you come back. Do you know what I mean? This isn't something that should be discussed in 2024. Like he's been here
yeah. Not
for
not the
years.
Euro. Yeah,
Bro, it's crazy, honestly. But yeah, on England Slovakia, I think I think they're not going through, man. I feel like they've got the quality, but I feel like honestly, it's going extra time and they're losing. I can't see them winning, honestly.
fair enough. See, I got faith in the freelance to make it past
Mm.
the the first
Do you,
knockout round. Anyway, I mean, it could be because if I've got Switzerland going through. If England
mm.
meet Switzerland, that could be techie. But I mean, we could talk about that when we get there. But
do you,
um, I
do you
think
think
I think I back England to beat Slovakia.
do you think Foden's gonna play? Because he came back today to the camp because you know he left the other day for
Yeah, yeah,
his
for his
kids'
kid,
birth.
right?
You think he's playing
Yeah,
or do you think they're playing Gordon? 'Cause I've seen people say
I
they might
think
play Gordon.
I think I don't know. I think they'll probably play him.
Yeah, I
Didn't
think so too.
if I'm not wrong, didn't Raheem Sterling do something similar at the last World Cup?
Yeah,
Came back and he
but I don't
started.
think he played.
No, I'm pretty sure he came back and he played. Or maybe not. But
I don't because I think when he went, I think that's when Foden got his shot in the team
oh
because that's when
yeah.
Foden played on the left when Sterling because Sterling's house
You
got
know,
robbed. He
no,
went
no. Do you know what
and
I just remember? I just remember that Rashford didn't play after he played well in the group stage, and I was like,
yeah,
what?
and Rashford scored. Rashford scored that
Yeah,
nice goal in it. Yeah, I
yeah.
remember that
That's
one.
what I thought. That's why I thought Sterling played. I was like, oh, wasn't Rashford well?
Nah, it was Foden played on the left, and then I think Jude was it Jude or yeah, it was Jude because originally it was Mount. I think Mount was
Yeah.
originally number 10, and then finally he saw sense, and everyone had enough of Mount stinkers in the 10. So then I think for their final game, I think it ended up being Henderson, Rice, Jude as a three, and then
Mm.
Foden left, Saka right, Kane up top. But yeah, crazy.
Balance that we have now, to be honest. But moving on to our next knockout game. We spent enough time on England. A team that is actually cohesive. Two teams actually, to be honest, that are quite cohesive. We've got Spain versus Georgia. Um,
Oof, brilliant.
for this knockout game. Obviously, I think for me, Spain have been one of my favorite teams to watch this tournament. I kind of predicted it a bit with the because of the fact they've got the wide men Nico Williams and Lamine Yamal now two profiles that they haven't really had. Um,
Mm,
Two electric wingers that can beat their man inside, outside, can put crosses in, can cut and score, can like their creative link up well. Um, yeah, they're a threat at all times whenever they get the ball. Do you know what I mean? And they excite you when you watch them. Um,
yeah,
and you kind of mix that with everything else that they've got going on there. Morata's done well up top, I think, to kind of drop in and link up play, hold up the ball well. I think Fabian Ruiz has been really impressive. He's really impressed me. Kind of doing it all in midfield, to be honest. I think he was a good player when he was at Napoli.
very, yeah,
But since he's been at PSG, I don't know, I haven't really taken much notice of him. Even like when I've been watching PSG in Champions League games, he hasn't really stood out to me. But
yeah,
this Euro so far, he's been quite good. I think yeah, the first game against Croatia, he's really good, and again against
yeah,
Italy. And yeah, I think he's been good. Rodri's Rodri. Do you know what I mean? He's always going to be putting in the performances. And I think yeah, the defense has been solid as well. Cucurella has really impressed me at
yeah,
left back. Wasn't really expecting that, but I think yeah, he's been doing well. And I think for me with this Spain team, I think you can really see because I think the manager De La Fuente, he was like the under 21s coach or he coached in some of the youth teams for Spain previously. Um, I remember seeing Cesc Fabregas say it to Rio, and I think that's why obviously there's a lot of cohesion between the way these guys play. Like they really do look like a team. And of course, Spain have always had the pass and the dominate possession kind of aspect to their game. They've always been able to produce these types of midfielders, but they really do look like they have threat in the final third now. And one thing that obviously you were saying about England, about when Harry Kane drops deep, we have no one in the box because you've got Jude and Foden drifting to the left, Harry Kane drifts to the left. But Spain, one thing I noticed about Spain is they attack the box. Like if Morata is not in there, and I know, let's say the ball's on the right hand side, so your Mal has it. Nico Williams will be at the back post. Fabian Ruiz will be breaking in there. Pedri will be in there. I think against Italy, had two chances where he broke
Yeah,
in. He should have done better for both of them. Um, and yeah, like they really yeah. I mean, in like that game against Italy, they're incredible the way they just kind of sustained possession, and they really just do look like a threat in this tournament. So yeah, what are you saying about Spain?
yeah, they surprised me because I used to, bro, before I was a Belgium, if I was a Belgium like ambassador, bro, I was a Spanish ambassador, bro. Like that was my team for like a good, I think like two tournaments in a row. I think Euros they were my team, and then World Cup they were my team as well. And they just failed me both times. But now they're looking really good now. I can't lie. One thing that a few people spoke about is Pedri. The use of Pedri is really different. He's playing a
Yeah,
lot more like a number 10, like he's really advanced.
yeah, he's really
Whereas
really high up.
he's, yeah, and it's not really suited to his game, but it's like, oh, that's the wrong way to say it. It's like it's not his best use, but it's still using some of his top qualities. Like his playmaking is
Mm,
really good. Do you know what I mean? And his box crashing
yeah,
has got a lot better in like the past few seasons. Like these are some really good qualities, and it's like they've sort of seen like he could play deeper, he could play next to Rodri, whatever, whatever. They could
mm,
put Olmo in there, but for the sake of the team, it makes more sense to play it like this, and it's working so
yeah,
far. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, no, I think Spain should do really well against Georgia. I think Georgia. I watched them the other day against Portugal. Kvara,
yeah.
bro,
Bro,
carried the
he
team,
stood up that game, man.
bro, carried his country on his back. Yo, what a baller, man. Him and
Incredible.
Mikotadze. Yeah,
Yeah.
serious. I think he's definitely going to get a move after this tournament. Apparently, he's been good for a while. I haven't watched him, but I
Yeah,
think he'll definitely
I
get a
think
move.
he's been playing for Mets.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, he's been steady. I think he done quite well this season. So yeah, but he's been
Yeah.
going easy on at this tournament.
Yeah, I think he's going to get a move. But yeah, I don't. I feel like there won't be enough, especially defensively. I feel like Georgia don't have enough. Their keeper, Mamashvili, is really really good,
Yeah,
but I just feel like defensively they don't have enough like, to hold back Spain. Not gonna lie, so I think it'll be pretty standard, maybe like a 3-1, 3-0.
yeah, nah, I'm with you to be fair. I don't think as good as Georgia have been, because I do think they've been quite good. I think yeah, they had the crazy game against Turkey where I
Mm,
think they were unlucky. I think they lost 3-1, but they were unlucky. The last goal was like the keeper came up and it was like an open goal. I think they were quite unlucky.
yeah,
That was like an end to end. Um, that was an end to end game, and then the second game that I believe, no, they drew to Czech Republic in the last minute. I remember they were leading, they drew in the last minute, and then against Portugal. To be honest, I was watching that game and I seen obviously they went up for Scalia and I was just hoping that it wasn't going to be like another disappointment for them because I think they've
yeah,
done quite well in possession. They've been brave in terms of how they try to play. They try to play out. They've not just kind of sat back and been like, okay, we're going to defend. They really have tried to go for these games and be attacking and be brave in possession. So, yeah, no, I was obviously happy for them to do well against Portugal. Kvara with an incredible performance. And yeah, if you can give me a goal against Spain and then improve this golden boot charge that you've got going on right now, then I'll take that. But I'm not really expecting much from them in that game. I just think Spain will be too much for them. But yeah, going on into the next knockout games, we've got France against Belgium, probably the biggest game of this round. Um, shouldn't really have happened to be honest if a certain nation did their job in the group stage, but here we are, and But to be honest, I mean, both neither nation really did their
Both
job in the group
nations
stage.
should have done their
Yeah,
job, honestly.
neither nation did their job in the group stage. I was trying to indirect Belgium there, but I realized France was in there.
Bro, France are terrible too, bro. I've been watching,
Yeah,
bro.
no, I'm not gonna lie. I think, yeah, the both of these teams have been a bit underwhelming so far this tournament. I mean, for me, I'd expect for us to kind of grow into tournament. Like, we don't really know them for playing the best football on the international stage. We know Deschamps does what he needs to do for them to win, and
Yeah.
they normally win. So I expect them to grow into the tournament. But Belgium, as the ambassador himself, chat to me, bro. What have you been seeing?
Bro, let me tell you a stat, yeah. I got a good stat for you. At the Euros, yeah,
Hmm,
Lukaku has the most shots of any player and the
that's good.
joint most shots on target, and he has no goals. There's a
Wait, so he has
there's yeah,
he has not even the most shots without scoring. It's the most shot
the
of
most
any
shots
player.
in general and the most shots on target and no goals at all. None. I think he has
Bro,
10 shots and 7 on target and no
I
goals.
don't, I don't know what's happened to Lukaku since the 2022 World Cup. Because even for Belgium, like he's had these moments for club every now and again where people are laughing at Lukaku, memes are going about. But normally for Belgium, he's a surefire shooter. Do you know what I mean? His record for them is ridiculous.
Mm.
But bro, since that game at the World Cup where he missed them chances, bro, I don't know. He hasn't looked the
N-
same. And yeah,
Now,
this so
mm,
far, yeah.
now, honestly, he's declined. That's what it is. I think
Mm.
before he used to have funny moments and people used to laugh, but he was still genuinely like a top striker. Now he's actually declined. Now he's just not as good as he used to be. And I don't know, man. I'm watching. I know what they're gonna say as well, bro. As soon as France bounce out Belgium and say KDB, blah blah blah, bro. This is not the first time. Trossard is one of the worst players in the squad. Trossard is terrible, bro. I've seen KDB 3 games in a row drop like top performances. These are proper performances, but the team just lets him down. Like some of these players are simply not good enough. Like there's one, I think in the most recent game. I didn't see the second game actually. I only watched that game. I only watched highlights of that game, and I saw KDB was amazing in that. But in the third game, there's one ball that I think KDB puts Lukaku through. It's a beautiful ball, just slides him through, and Lukaku just doesn't get a clean connection with the ball and just rolls to the keeper. Bro,
Oh
it's
yeah, yeah. I
stuff
know
like
what
that
you
is so there's that, and then there's the first game where he puts Lukaku through. He takes a heavy touch. When he has like a one-on-one, he takes a heavy touch and it goes to Trossard, who has like Lukaku there for a tap in, doesn't pass to Lukaku, and then the keeper gets back, and then I don't know. It's just a lot of things. I feel like they're sort of in a similar situation to England in the sense of their system is kind of not really established. I feel like
mean.
before I had a lot more faith in them before when I was watching before, but now they've actually come to the tournament. Tedesco's changed quite a few things. He's got there's a left back called Maxim De Kuyper. He was really good in the 2 warm-up games for the Euros. He was really, really good. Like I thought you'd guaranteed
Yeah.
start. And then in the first game, they started Carrasco left back, I'm pretty sure. I was like, what? Like, why? Like this guy's a natural left back. He's been really good, but he hasn't played a single minute this tournament.
Uh,
Um, I think there was who was the other one? There was Openda came off the
yeah.
bench and he was good. He brought some energy, but I don't think he's started since then. Luka
Mm.
Bacchio and Bakayoko haven't really seen as much of the pitches maybe they should have. Tielemans has sort of come back as a starter now because after the first game with Mangala and Onana, it showed that like Onana's good on the ball, but he's not Tielemans level on the ball. Do you know what I mean? Like he's
Yeah.
not like a deep line playmaker. So
Yeah.
he can do as much as he can, but still he needs someone else to sort of add to that. And one of the
Mm.
biggest things is that they can get the ball. Like when KDB has the ball for Belgium this tournament, he's creating every time. Like he's always making something happen.
Yeah.
But it's that they can't really get the ball to him because like they just don't like at the back they just don't have the capabilities to sort of play through other teams' presses.
Mm.
And you saw it against Slovakia um in the first game where they lost. So I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's gonna require a lot for them to sort of get through this France game. I think one, you're relying on Mbappe having another like sort of bad, or don't know if you call it a bad, but like a sort of just non-existent sort of performance, like where he's
Mm.
just not really the Mbappe of like the World Cup, for
Yeah,
example. You're relying heavily on that, and also on the other end, you're relying on Lukaku to finish. I think if not, they're going home straight away because I don't know. I feel like Doku also has been really good in these
yeah, he's
games.
been
I thought he's performed. He's created a lot of really good chances, but it's the same sort of thing where it's like I don't know. It just feels like they don't have what it takes right now to advance. Like outside of Onana, KDB, Doku, like I don't see where anything else is coming from in this team, honestly.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I think, um, yeah, I definitely expected more from Belgium coming into this tournament, than kind of what we've seen. I'm not gonna lie, coming in, I did have a keen eye on Kevin De Bruyne to see what he was gonna do at this international tournament because I've been one to kind of accuse him of bucking on the international stage, but I'm not gonna lie, I think this tournament he has done what he could do. Do you know what I mean? He has been playing quite well in my opinion. A lot of the through balls that he's put in across these three games quite simply just should have been put away. Um, and yeah, I think he's been quite unlucky in that manner. I think he's done well with kind of what he has to work with. But I think as a whole, Belgium have just kind of seemed lackluster because even with KDB's threat and all the threat he carries, they still don't like outside of when he's on the ball and maybe Doku when he's going past a few guys. It don't really look like they're gonna score. Even when they're sustaining possession, it doesn't really look too threatening. They're kind of just aiming for Lukaku in the box to make a move, and he's not even a reliable finisher kind of at this point anyway in this tournament. So I don't know. For me, I think they've been quite disappointing. Um, but I also think France have been disappointing for me.
Yeah,
Um,
agreed.
yeah. I mean, I know obviously they're not the national team that play the best football. Like we've known that, but I would have expected more. I think they have had some good individual performances, and I think N'Golo Kante has been incredible coming back from Saudi. Considering, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, who even knows where? No, how many people have been watching N'Golo Kante the last 12 months? You know what I mean?
yeah,
And then for him to come
yeah.
back like nothing's happened. Um, yeah, I think he's really been really good. I think, to be fair, I think Mbappe was okay against Poland. I think he was more involved, more of a threat. Um, generally, I think yeah, Austria he was decent as well. I think it was him that forced the own goal.
Yeah,
But yeah, as you said, I don't think it's not like the World Cup Mbappe, World Cup 2022 Mbappe, where it was like whenever he was on the pitch and whenever he got the ball, it was like, do you know what I mean? Anything can happen. Um, but I think as a whole, France's attacking play has just kind of been a bit. It's just left you wanting a bit more to be honest. I think Dembele
agreed.
Dembele is one of the most inconsistent players ever. Like even within the same game, he can be inconsistent. Like within two different passages of play in the same game, and it's incredibly frustrating to watch at times because it's like he's got the quality to do certain things and he just can't do it at
Yeah,
times. I think. I think well they've been playing mostly with Thuram up front, I believe. I know
yeah.
you've got
Thuram.
some minutes. I don't think Thuram has really been able to get too much going. I think it was the game against Austria. It was the game against Austria, yeah, I think. Where is that the game where Griezmann missed a chance? Or was that
No,
when
the
Rabiot
one where
took a shot?
Griezmann missed a big chance was Holland. It was
Was
Netherlands.
that Netherlands?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that game I remember Thuram doing quite well in terms of his link up play, bringing players into play. I remember there was one chance that he created, um, who dropping deep and linking up. But I don't know. I think overall their attack just hasn't really been sparks without Mbappe going. But I do expect them to have more than enough to beat Belgium. in this game. But yeah, what do you make of France?
France is like a standard sort of. This is a team, yeah, where it's like when I was watching it, I was hate watching them against Poland because I thought they were playing so bad, and I thought Poland should have like got something more, but it's just like they didn't have it what it took to sort of get over the line, I guess. But I don't know, this is like the standard team where it's like they play bad, and then like they're probably gonna get through this game against Belgium, and then the quarterfinals, semi-finals, you're gonna see them play well. That's when they're gonna
Mm,
sort of randomly come alive. And I feel like I could just see that happening. They make their way to the final, even though maybe some of the performances haven't been what you'd expect of like a team that would win it all. I feel like it's just gonna be like tournament football sort of classic. Just something's gonna stick and they're gonna find a way through. But nah, I don't know. I feel like they got particularly lucky with the Xavi Simons decision against Holland when he scored
yeah,
in the offside. Um, I think also Saliba's been pretty good. I think he had a few shaky moments as well where it was like a few chances that uh, came from his mistake or from him not reading something correctly. But overall, he's been pretty good. He's been pretty solid. Um, yeah, no, I think it will just come down to whether I guess Mbappe's gonna gonna like score or not. Because other than him, I don't really see anyone else scoring in their whole team. To be fair, like I don't really see Dembele. Perhaps Griezmann, but Dembele. When I watch
yeah.
him now, like I don't know, man. Like I'll see him do like some nice dribbling and like I'm like, yeah, like he's gonna go against his fullback, yeah, and then the final ball he puts into the box. I'm just like, bro, what is that? Like I don't know. He's so like up and down, up and down. So
Honestly,
we'll see what happens. But I think the whole thing is sort of, I guess, for me, the whole thing just resting on Mbappe because I feel like without him, like they're not getting anywhere. Like that game where he didn't play because he just had
Amar,
broke his nose.
yeah,
Yeah, that game he didn't play. Like they were really bad. Like I think Rabiot started on the left that game, and yeah,
yeah, against Netherlands, yeah, that was,
I yeah,
bro.
I don't know, man. That whole
Oh, that
France
was
team
too
was
far
just
from Deschamps there. Do you know what I mean? I can deal with it to a certain point, but that was too far from him now. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, but. We'll see. I still think they will get through Belgium because I don't think Belgium can punish them. Like
Yeah,
genuinely, I really don't think they can punish them. Like Belgium will get chances and miss them. So I feel like France will just score a few and finish the tie there. Um, but yeah, that's what I'd say for that game.
yeah, no, I'd have to agree to be fair. The next knockout game we have is Portugal versus Slovenia. Um, Portugal coming through top of the group quite comfortably. To be fair, we've already wrapped up for them after the second game. They've been quite an interesting watch, I think, under Martinez, with the different systems and stuff that they've been playing. Um, it's been interesting to me that Ronaldo started all three of these games as well. That's one thing I also want to bring up. I think Gonçalo Ramos was nursing a slight injury, which I believe is maybe why. But we've seen Ronaldo start all these games. I think particularly Portugal were good in the game against Turkey 3-0. I think the first game they were you could see they were kind of growing into the tournament. They did look superior against Czechia, I'd say, for the majority of the game, but they need to be bailed out by the Conceição um winner, obviously, at the end. But I think against Turkey, that was kind of like that was a confident, like dominant performance. And they were looking like one of the best national teams I'd seen up until that point. Um, with the way that they were playing, I thought they really had a good balance in midfield with Payet, Vitinha, and obviously Bruno was in there doing his thing as well.
Mm.
Um, and I think yeah, defensively they were solid. But then I was so confused as to why the system was changed for the game against Georgia. I know they were already through qualified and stuff, but it was just strange to me that the system was changed against Georgia. And obviously, yeah, I get that they had to rotate players and give everyone some minutes. I was surprised that I think those were Joao Neves' first minutes of the tournament against Georgia. I don't think he played before that, which kind of surprised me considering he played a lot in the warm-up games and he's been obviously incredible for Benfica this season. Um, but yeah, I mean, for me, I predict Portugal to do quite well so far at this Euros. If they, well, I assume they're not gonna continue with the system they used against Georgia in the last game. Um, so yeah, I expect them to do quite well. I think they've been quite good so far. What do you think of that?
Um, yeah, Portugal. I feel like I don't know. I feel like with Portugal, it's a bit of a weird one. I need to see what happens with this Ronaldo stuff. I think that's
Hmm,
quite important
that's
because
definitely gonna be a big thing.
I don't think he's been that good. But actually no, I thought the first game he did play all right actually, but
Hmm,
I don't think he's been that good overall, and I feel like he's not really suited for the team anymore anyway. So
yeah,
I need to see what happens whether Jota gets minutes there or Gonzalo Ramos or whoever. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like overall, I like their team, especially at the back. I like the Ruben Diaz and Pepe sort of thing they got going
yeah,
on at the back. I like Dalo a lot, obviously, as you know, and
yeah.
Cancelo does well. He comes into midfield sometimes, but I don't know. I feel like we'll have to see what happens. I think Leao got suspended because he got 2 yellows for diving. I'm pretty sure in the first two
Really,
games.
two bookings for diving.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it's crazy. So I don't know what happens whether he starts or not um in the following game, whether that like has any effect on his minutes or anything. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know for Portugal. I don't know. Bruno's always really good for Portugal. Actually, that's
Yeah.
one thing I've noticed. He's always really good, so he will always show up for them. Um, but I don't know. I feel like on paper it should be enough to see them through. It definitely should be, but I don't know
You
what's
don't think
actually
they're gonna
gonna.
get past Slovenia? You think that's gonna be tough for them?
Bro, this tournament stuff is crazy, bro. I can't lie.
That is
It
to be
should be
fair.
enough. It should be enough, though. It should definitely be enough. But I don't know. What were their first two results? The second one they won. So I remember that was the one with the own
Yeah,
goal.
they won the first one 2-1 against Czechia. That was when Conceição came on, scored last kick
Ah,
anyway.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. See, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It could be a frustrating game for them. I can't lie. Slovenia,
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
was gonna say that because they were frustrated against Czechia. I believe Czechia took the lead. I'm pretty sure yeah, Portugal were
Yeah, that
like
was the one with the goal.
on top
Yeah,
of them, and then Czechia took the lead, and it was kind of like I don't know, they really struggled to break them down for the rest of the game. And obviously they
yeah,
did get there in the end and they got the winner, but I mean Slovenia could definitely frustrate them. And one thing we've definitely not seen at this tournament yet is a banger from Sesko. He's been letting them off in every game, but
yeah.
I've not seen one land in it. And I don't know, man. Portugal could be the first team to be victim to a Sesko banger. We don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, nah, perhaps. But nah, I go Portugal. I do think there's a chance to get frustrated there. Yeah,
Yeah, no, I'd agree with you. I'd say Portugal as well. Um, Coming down now, the other side of the bracket, we've got Austria and Turkey, um, which I think will be an interesting game. I think Austria have surprised a lot of people this tournament under Ralph Rangnick.
Big
Um,
Ralph, man. Big Ralph. Respect
they
Ralph,
said
man.
they said he was a clown at United, you know. They said
Yeah.
and obviously Turkey as well. I've been quite entertaining to watch this tournament. Scored some great goals.
Mm,
But yeah, how do you see this one playing out, bro?
man, firstly, bro, let me just say that Arda goal. Oh my
Bro,
gosh,
oh my days.
that's amazing. That's amazing. And the fact that that guy is just going to be sitting on the bench at Madrid, that's a crime. I can't lie. He's not
Yeah,
even going to start. He's not going to start. But yeah, Turkey. As for Turkey, I don't know. I think this might be the end of the road for them, man. It's sad because Austria,
yeah.
from what I've seen from Austria, they play like they're really well structured. I can't like they play good football from what I've seen. I'm really impressed with the way they set up. Especially, I think it was against Holland. I think. Yeah, I think it was against
Yeah. I
Netherlands. Yeah,
believe so against Holland.
that game. I think that was a high scoring game, but bro,
Yeah,
the way they
3-2
set
they
up
won.
is really good. I think Arnautovic, Sabitzer, bro. Can't like the team does well. I was surprised. I was also a Ralph is a clown, but nah, that's it's crazy. He's really surprised me with this the way he set them up and everything. Like yeah, nah. I've probably got faith in Austria to win this game. Turkey, I thought their first game was it Turkey Georgia? Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Turkey Georgia. Yeah, I thought they started off really well and really exciting and like the crowd was going everything. But then I don't know, man. I
I
feel
think they let
like
Georgia back in the game. Yeah,
yeah, and I feel like against Austria, they're not even. I don't know if they're gonna get that sort of first sort of momentum and whatever. Like Austria are a better
yeah.
side, so I feel like they'll just shut them down from early. And yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, but when you got Arda, bro, give me your
That's what
pesos,
I'm
bro.
saying, bro. I mean, I'm giving Austria the upper hand as well.
Mm,
In this game for sure. I just think yeah, essentially what you're saying. From what we've seen from them, the way that they're so well coached and well drilled, I think that I expect them to win. But bro, you can actually never count out Turkey, because one thing about these Turkish ballers, yeah, is they all know how to strike through a ball, bro.
yeah, yeah,
Arda, Çalhanoğlu, you can even run it back to
yeah.
Burak Yilmaz. He was going crazy. Um, bro, like. You
Crazy.
know, what I mean, they all know how
Yeah,
to strike the
they've
ball.
got
Even my man that scored the first goal against Georgia, I can't even remember his name. That volley was incredible. It got overshadowed by Arda's goal, but they all know how to strike a ball. You never know. A 1-2 banger might come out of nowhere and surprise you. And I
yeah.
do feel like as well. I feel like Turkey are. I feel like they're quite a momentum-based team. Just from when I've watched them, anyway. I feel like yeah, they play well, kind of feeding off that momentum and off the energy. Like if they start well, if they do get a good wave, I wouldn't be surprised if they, do you know what I mean, start well, get a goal, and then it's Austria trying to kind of fight back and get into the game. But yeah, no, you never know, obviously. And then moving into our, but yeah, no, I would say Austria to go through just quickly. But then yeah, moving on to our final game, Romania versus Netherlands, for the final knockout stage game. Um, should be interesting one. I mean, I think Romania kind of put everyone in the tournament on notice when they slapped Ukraine 3-0.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody was expecting that. And those I don't know if you saw the game, but those were some
Oh,
screamers in that
yeah.
game. Disgusting.
That
Uh,
Stancy or Stanchu, that guy, yeah.
yeah,
What
Stanchu,
a,
yeah,
what a
in it.
finish. Nah, I can't
Yeah.
lie. Bro, I'm going Romania for that game, yeah.
You got
I'm
Romania.
really, I'm really going Romania, bro. I'm saying Romania.
Mm,
I'm really saying Romania get the result there. I can't lie. From what I've seen from Netherlands, I'm not impressed at all, man. I'm not
neither am I,
impressed.
to be honest.
But Memphis, bro. What did JB Carragher say? He said, "Leave the football before the football leaves you." Bro, honestly, that guy needs to hang it up, man. It's over, bro. Gakpo, I really like Gakpo actually. I really like him
Gakpo
as
was
a
great
player.
for Netherlands. He was good at the
Yeah,
World Cup as well. Yeah.
yeah. Now I like him a lot as a player as well. Like I think he's a good player, but I don't know. It just feels like overall, like I don't know, it always feels like there's something just not there. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it, but it just feels like there's not that sort of sharpness. Like I don't know, like back in the day, you had Robin, you had Van Persie. Do you know what I mean? They had
Yeah.
ballers back in the day. They had
Just
Schneider.
like someone with like a bit of X factor in the final third. Do
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Someone who can, I don't know, just have that kind of
yeah,
elite level quality. It feels like yeah, Memphis is a good player. He's played at a great level. He's played at obviously the likes of Barcelona, the highest level, Manchester United. Gakpo's a great player. He plays for Liverpool. He's doing well. Xavi Simons, a great young player. But it just feels like they need
mm,
something just a level bit up. Do you know what I mean? To kind of um
mm.
break through in the final third. Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. And yeah,
Yeah.
I think
I
I
also
think as
think,
well their midfield has been lacking without
yeah,
Frankie.
Frankie.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah, I think
mm,
they're missing Frankie a lot. Yeah.
yeah.
But I don't know. Shout out Nathan Ake, City boy. Um, he done well in their first game. I think he got 2 assists in their first game or something like that. But he done
Oh
well.
yeah,
So shout out to him. But yeah, I don't know. I'm actually going Romania for this game. I do actually think they're gonna win this game. I don't know. They did play against France. I think they started Frimpong. but it became
Yeah,
it's also like a Trent situation where it became clear like they played Frimpong like right wing, but it became
yeah.
clear he's not a right
He's
winger.
not
Do you
right
know what I
winger.
mean? Like he'd get the ball out there and like he can't create separation against his fullback. Like he can't really dribble. It's more of just like a pace thing. Like he has to like play like a wing back and actually like get in behind rather than like
Yeah,
start as a right winger. So yeah, I don't know. It's a bit. I don't know, man. I'm not too
yeah.
not too big on the Netherlands. For yeah, I
Fair
don't know if
enough.
they're gonna get anything from that game, but we'll see.
I think I expect them to have enough to get past Romania personally. I mean,
Mm.
obviously Romania have been impressive. I even think against Belgium as well, they were decent in the game they lost. Um, but I, d- I don't know. 'Cause I just look at the Netherlands team and I just feel like there is too much quality. And obviously, you know what I mean, it's international football and anything can happen. And Romania have, of course, been good. But I think that what Netherlands have on the pitch, it will be good enough to find a way against Romania. Um, you know what I mean? Whether that's someone like Gakpo stepping up or it's Memphis or it's Xavi Simons, I think they'll have enough against Romania. But I don't expect them to go any further, to be honest. I've not really been impressed with them. It's just kind of been a bit, yeah, I don't want to say, yeah, been a bit stale, to be honest. I feel
Yeah,
like, but yeah, I think I do think they'll have enough to get past Romania. Saying that though, but yeah, that is all we have time for this week. That's all the knockout stage games gone through in our predictions. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, we're out.